Alright, I think we're getting there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the live stream very soon for the Division 2 drivers. I just have to log in with all of their details, so bear with me for a little bit, and we're going to get started. 1, 2. Alright, mic test is working. And we're going to start getting some audio sounds here, guys. We are pretty much getting ready for our live race. This is Division 2 that's going to kickstart us for our Sunday evening. And they will be doing USA tonight as their final race of the season. So what I'd like to do actually, just before we get cracking and get some intros in that game, before the guys get ready for qualies, let's have a quick see if we can look at Division 2 and see who is currently leading the championship. So this is the updated championship that we have here at the moment. We got Martin sitting at 128 points, followed by Peter Nell 105, Brew at 88, and then you got Josh at 82 and Robin at 72, Boss Otter at 70, Java 65, Safa 63, and the Doctor 57. So that will be the top 10 at the moment. They'll still be vying for some points. I'm pretty sure they're between Peter Nell and Martin. So if Martin doesn't score any points and Peter does finish P1, there's a good chance that he will be able to be the champion of Div 2 this evening. If Martin scores any points here, you have got your champion set in stone. So we've got to wait and see what's going to happen with the drivers. USA is a really demanding track, especially with your, turn 1, that uphill later braking than you used to in turn 1, the sweeping S's after that, going around to the back end, that long straight down the back, where you want to try and make sure you got as little downforce as possible so you get that top end speed. But you do need the downforce for the end of Sector 3 again, with those sharp left and right handers before you come back to the pit straight. So that's going to be quite the challenge for the guys, is finding that balance once again on, do they go for low downforce and make up time in the the shorter sectors, or do they put a higher downforce and go for the straight line speed down the back straights? Bearing in mind your DRS detection zones down that back straight is one of the most popular overtaking places, so you want to have that top line speed to be able to pull a couple of moves on the guys. You also have your DRS detection zone on the start finish line, so also another place to make up some positions over there. But yeah, let us get some music wrapping here for the guys, and we're going to get started with this pretty shortly. I see the guys are slowly coming in, getting ready for their qualies, and once the quali comes in, we'll see who's on P1, and then, as always, let us have a nice interview with that P1 position sitter. It's going to be interesting, everybody. I think we're in for a good race, as always. The RRL League, we know, is a very demanding league, Div 1 as well, especially. There's a lot of guys there that race fast, hard, clean, but it's always a good league to look at. So good to have you guys on board. I hope we're going to have some fun, and until then, let's wait for these guys to get ready so we can see the RRL League running live in quali shortly. Alright, once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream of the RRL Division 2 League happening this evening. We're waiting for everybody just to get ready and get into their seats. Not as many drivers as we were expecting, but it's unfortunate because of the load shedding that they're going through at the moment. But we're still in for a great race here at USA, their final race for the season, so we know it's going to be good. Sit back, relax with us, make sure that you keep your coffee ready, and send me some questions. I might be able to see them this time. But until then, let us go through with the F1 theme song and get these boys ticked up and ready for the Formula 1 qualies. I unfortunately don't have my co-commentator here with me from Netherlands. He could not make it this evening, but that's fine. You're going to have a seat one-on-one with me, Clinton Cole, your host this evening. And we are going to try and keep it as smooth as possible for the best battles out there. Woo! Alright guys, we just got notification that they want to start at the total time they want to start at is going to be at 6:30, so we just have to bear along with me just a little bit longer, and as soon as these chaps are ready we are going to get up and going. But until then, let us make sure we've got some things happening in the background. Hopefully we have a bit of music here. Let's see if I can get some music hooked up, and stick around. Let's see what goes on.
You sing out your frustration, just say a word. Keep on staring at the pavement, God knows who hurt. Ooh, your mind is a ghost town, echoing inside your walls, 5 feet underground now. Nothing's gonna save us from our doubts. Nothing's gonna make us spell it out. I don't wanna be the one who said, oh, I told you so. And even if the sky was falling down, you never noticed anyone around. I don't wanna be the one who said, oh, I told you so. But I told you so. Keep on acting out like strangers. Scream out loud.
Alrighty, well there we go. We are seeing them busy getting ready for their qualies. So we're going to go right into this and let this take over for us so that we can start doing our streaming. 28 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Should we have a short little intro? Absolutely we should. Let's hear it. Right, well, there we have it. Welcome to F1, the RRL Racing League, coming to you live right now. I need to just make sure we get into the screen so we can see who's up there. These are our competitors this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just start one or two more things before we actually wrap this up, just so I can make sure we got everything ripe and ready for the race. And here we go. So we are busy having a look at the current drivers for tonight. We have Big Rhino Scout, Pierre 4034, Cart 7, Peter Nell, Doctor Who, Martin De Bruin and Joshua Knott. These are our guys for this evening. We're going to keep our eye on them. Everyone's still in the pits. Yeah, engine's starting, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be going in to somebody's cockpit soon so we can see what's going on. While that's happening, let's get ready for all the telemetries and we can have a look at what are they doing on track. So I think we'll do the fastest lap as a time, and let's get into somebody's car. There we are. Straight away, they are out on the track, everyone. Alright, so we're going to make sure that these guys are going to sit a couple of times. You can see them come to warm up and getting ready for all their laps. There's Pierre, we got Pierre in the mix. A little bit of broadcast mode there. Who is the driver out in front? Looks like a Ferrari. That is Pierre in the front there. So I think what we'll do is we'll stick with Pierre for lap 1. Seemed to that he was out first there. And let's take a lap around the US of A and see how tricky it is for these boys. This is that long back straight that I was telling you about with the DRS zone. You get huge amounts of top speeds over here, so you want to make sure that you have as little downforce as possible for this. My concern once again with Pierre VO, you can see he's sitting on 57% ERS. It's something we're going to have a chat to him about. He's burning up all the ERS before his hot lap, and that's really going to hurt you at the end of your lap here. But let's have a see what he puts down as a time anyway, and we'll take it from there. Who's still in the pits? Doctor Who. He's having a chill out session still. He's waiting for the guys to put some rubber on the track, and then he's going to put down a time. So we'll see how all of that goes. And here we go with Pierre's out lap. Let's see what he does. Like I said, unfortunate for him there that he's already down to 33% battery. And you don't want to do that just starting your lap. So that's something we must sort out with him. Keeping it as clean as possible over there, I see. These S's are so tricky. You need a good combination of throttle control. Oh, off the track there. He's lifted off and lost time, so it wouldn't have invalidated him. But you need to try and keep it as smooth as possible. Yeah, tight onto the curb, just missing that curb, kiss this curb and go through down to the back end. Brake as late as you possibly can over here. Lovely kiss of the curb here on the throttle as soon as you can. And here's that DRS detection zone I said. Open up that wing. I think you would have had a lot more top speed had he had more battery life. But I am concerned that a 300 km an hour might just be too much downforce for this track. Let's just have a quick look at the, if we can. I want to see if the driver behind him, there it is. What is his top speed? He's already there's almost 15 km an hour faster by Martin. So he's definitely running less downforce than what Pierre was. And he's got a purple sector 1. Excuse me, let's just stay on this. Martin might just be putting on the fastest lap already as a banker, so people have something to chase. Let's have a look, see what is his completed time. Coming down the last straight, last turn, pieces the curve well hard on and open that DRS. He's just set the faster time, 134.8 is his benchmark. We've got Big Rhino, he's also coming into the mix now. What is his time? Let's have a look at Big Rhino. He's put on nothing. He's on a hot lap. My apologies. Josh is putting a 136.9. So, what is that? 4 seconds off. 136.1 by Peter. He's currently just gone south into P2 over there. And a 144 by Cart 7. I think these guys are going to drop those times quite considerably coming to the latter part of the qualies. Still see you're on Big Rhino at the moment. Big Rhino Scout trying to put down a time for us. Let's have a look, see if we can just see what is his difference in time on the second sector. You've got the long straight now, you've got the sharp left-hander, and then you'll have the next detection zone for sector 2. I just want to see what is this difference on sector 2, if it picks anything up there. Well, he's just done a 106.9. Possibly put himself into a little bit of contention for something. You see a bit of yellow flags on him, but that would be because guys are slowing down, getting ready for the next lap. So nothing to worry about too much over there. Trying to keep it as tight as possible. Full throttle around there, brake as late as you can, hit the curve for a little bit of exit. Let's see what's he going to do here for us on his flying lap. Big Rhino opens up that wing and he sets us a 138.9, good enough for P4 at the moment. Good little run there by you, Rhino. I see we got the Doc out as well. He's busy with a hot lap. I think he's going to go and do a hot lap. And a nice set of softs over there. Hey Hypex, I can finally see live chat. Thanks brother for joining us there. Yeah, Martin also had more ERS at the straight though. Dead right. I'm busy having a look-see at what they're doing right now. But I think the Doc's just set a time. He's put himself into P4, kicking Rhino down to P5 at a 137.7. Hypex says you can see when the track map goes red when they've been validated. So that's a good tip for anybody that is watching live now. You can see the track. There's a purple sector. Who is that? I need to get down and see who's doing a purple sector. Or was it just me that missed that totally? I did miss that totally. The Doc looks like he's going on a double run here. Hypex, no worries, man. Yeah, no worries, bro. Nice to have you here for a change, man. Now you're getting to sit on the other side of the screen and see what's going on behind the scenes. I know there's quite a big delay at the moment from my live and what I'm seeing, so if it does mess you around, don't worry about it. It'll eventually sort itself out. But let's have a quick look here. Is the Doc on a flyer? Looks like he's trying to better his time at the moment. I'll probably be able to tell if he goes over that sector 2 line now, if there's going to be any difference in his time. Nah, he's +4, so he's definitely going to put it back into the pits here now. Let's have a look at Cart. He looks like he's out. Always gone right off the track there, unfortunate for Cart. Maybe pushing just a little bit too hard there, Cart. 5% battery, no way you're going to better that time. If you try now, you might as well just stick it back in the pits, get a new set of tyres on and give it your best. Let's, while we're doing this, the Piers on the outlap. We've got the two top runners at the moment, Martin and Peter. They're sitting in the pits waiting. Josh is on the outlap as well. And I think he wants to try and better his time and hopefully get himself into P2 with Peter back. Oh yeah, Hypex says he couldn't race today because a full race would have been too long for him. And he has another league at 8 o'clock. Hypex, I don't know why they didn't let you know, brother. They're doing a 50% race at the moment. They're not doing the full race. Actually, we would love to have had you yet. It would have been great to see you on track, right? Alright, let's have a quick look here. We've got an outlap with Josh, but I think Cart and Pierre. Yeah, Pierre is just finishing a lap now. Oh, he's starting a lap, sorry, my apologies. Cart, is he setting one? He is currently slightly better than his last time I saw there. I'm getting so much glitching on his actual game though. I'm not sure what's happening with the lag. So let's have a quick look over here. What's happening with Cart? Cart is currently trying to finish this off full throttle tight around those corners. Here we go. You've got to kiss that curve for a little bit more rotation. Floor it as far as you can. Let's see what he does here at the timing. Somebody's gone a yellow 6. I don't know if that will speed me. You'll check that again. Open up that wing. Cart, what are you nailing down for us? He couldn't do anything. He went to... What have I lost here? It's so bad. The lag was so bad that I saw him go over the line. Nice in the pits. So sorry about that. That doesn't do me any justice. So let's have a look at Josh while we can. He's trying to better Peter Nell's time level 136.1. Currently about 8 tenths off of that. Oh, you don't want to go over that line. My screen doesn't show an invalidation. My map, so you should still be good then. Here we go. After this turn, we should be able to see a time difference on his delta. What do we pick up on his delta? He's 4 tenths slower than his fastest lap, putting himself under a lot of pressure on the last part of this stint here to try and close it off. Car to disconnect it. There we go. Thought something was wrong there. There we go. That was a nice line right there. Got to try and just finish off the lap as good as you can. On the throttle as early as you can. Open up that wing. 1.8 seconds slower than his last time. He's not going to better it. So we are going to have to throw our eyes over to Peter then, because they are going to want to be in the mix. We've got the likes of Doc. We've got Big Rhino can still put in a good lap as well. We've got to watch out for him. But we have to say that Peter might be wanting to better his time as well. Martin sitting comfortably clear there at the moment, just over 1.1 seconds. Peter's pushing the limits there. You can see he's trying to take every turn on the match. Just got away with an invalidation on that one. Alright, sorry about that, lads. Sounds like they couldn't hear me. I hope you can hear me better now, Martin. I just want to keep an eye on Peter Nell. I want to see if he's going to better his time. What does his delta show us there? Yes, he does. He's almost half a second quicker than his fastest lap. Let's have a look. See, he's going to finish off this lap as best he can. 1:15, 1:16. He might have a little goodie here for himself. Put himself in a comfortable position for P2. Asking a lot then of the Doc and Josh to try and better those times. Oh, there we go. They can hear me. Woohoo! Happy days. Peter Nell, open that wing up. What are you doing for us, sir? 1:35.3. Definitely bettered his time there. So he's just put himself about half a second off of Martin. Might give himself another go right at the end of here if you think he can hit that pit as quick as possible and maybe give it another go. But Martin's sitting comfortably in P1 at the moment, making sure he's going to bide his time and see if anybody's going to pip him and maybe save himself a set of softs for later in the race. But let's see what happens there. It looks pretty good at the moment that this might be the chaps. Big Rhino, Joshua, the Doc, he's on an out lap, and Pierre, he's also busy with a timed lap. So he's doing a hot lap at the moment to see if he's going to do anything. I see him at the front runner on the map already, so we might as well go to the end with this one, then we'll go over to the next one from there. Oh, stay off that curve, brother. You don't want to hit Ryder, you're going to invalidate on that. He's gone to the pits. He's pulled out of the lap. He's pulled out of the lap. Who's behind him? There we go. He's pulled out of the lap too. That's Big Rhino. Almost knocking the front wing off, going into the pits. Close one on that. Peter Nell, he should be coming back as well. But I think we've got Josh on the timed lap. Half a second slower there, it says now to me, on it, than his first one. Or his fastest one. And is he keeping it within the lines? That's the question. Unfortunately for him, he's not going to better his time. So once again, sitting very comfortably on P1 there. Let's see, Peter Nell, he's starting a hot lap at the moment. No, he's gone to pits. So Peter Nell sitting good. 3 minutes left of this qualifying session. They might have a chance Is Cart in the lobby again? Very good question. I can unfortunately not go and check because I'm also a second host. So if I jump out of the screen, we get these lobby glitches. So I'm a bit concerned about doing it, but I see that it did go out for a second there. I hope it's not going to mess anything up. Anyway, I don't know if Cart's gotten back in. If Hypex, if you are around there, maybe you can just message him, in Discord and see if he's back in. But I see he's in the pits, and that's the best I've got. We'll have a look, see what happens there. I've got Josh and Doctor Who out at the moment. Who's in front of who? Josh in front of the dock. What I'd like to do is, we've done a lap with Josh already, we've seen his time. Let's keep our eye on the Doctor Who. I know he's a pretty quick driver too, he just needs to put it all together. While we're doing this, I just want to jump back one. I see Josh here, he's 3/10 slower than his fastest. I don't think he's going for another fastest lap, I'm not sure, but we've got the dock at the moment on a flyer here. He's 7/10 up on his time, so definitely trying to better his time over here. Hey, Hypex, you sure can do that, bro. You can go and sit with them there, and then you just have an absolute blast with me here. I just want to see what the Doc's going to finish off with. 1:37.7, that's his quickest time. He should be beating this. He's doing a really good lap here. 1:36.4, 1.2 seconds faster. Third place with that lap. Wonderful lap there by the Doctor. Told you he can put it together, and when he does. And he's from US of A, so he should be enjoying this track as it is. That was a great lap there by you, Doc. Well done. Let's have a quick look at Martin. Martin here at the moment, he is trying to have himself a little warm-up lap, and I think this is his hot lap, guys. This is your current P1 driver. So he surely wants to better that time of a 1:34.8 simply because he can. Let's see what he does. Remember, this is the uphill turn. You brake as late as possible, kind of later than people are used to. You want to kiss that curb as much as you can. A little bit left and then swing in hard right, that you just touch this curb so you can start getting ready for the S's. Bit of throttle control over here. Makes wonderful turning there by Martin. You can see why he's got such a good time there. Keeps it nice and tight. Tricky little turn there. Gear down 1, 2 down. Short shifting back in there to get full throttle as quick as you could. Keep it as tight on the left as possible. Brake as late as you can, just after the 100-meter board. There we go. Kiss this curb and on the throttle as quick as possible. Let's have a quick look at what's his top KPH over here. So he's doing full DRS open, full ERS. I'm suspecting about a 320. Let's just see what does he come out with. Just shy of 320, 316. Brakes very late into this turn. Just kisses that perfect driving. That's why he's getting such good times, lads. 2 down, short shift again. Try and get, there we go. Throttle out on that as quick as you can. Brake as late as you can. Use all of this turn to kiss that little curb again for rotation. Keep it as tight as you can with full throttle over here if you could. There we go. You want full throttle. Easy on the steering wheel, soft hands. Far right again. Bring it in left. Kiss the curb for rotation. Straight down. Brake as late as you can. Once again, kiss this curb for a bit more rotation. Get on the throttle as quickly as you can. DRS open and a lap of 1:34.6. There you go, everybody. It's exactly what he was expecting. He did beat his time. It's a great lap there by Martin. I think this should set your grid, everyone. Excellent driving by everybody there. So let's have a look at that. Martin De Bruin, Alpine, 1:34.672. That is the benchmark he set for everybody. It was followed by Peter Nell from Alpha, then Doctor Who, Big Rhino, Joshua Knott, Pierre, and Cart in 7th place. Alright lads, that's fantastic driving. We need to make sure you keep it clean on the race. Remember, anything can happen. And we don't know if it's going to be wet yet. I haven't seen the actual weather forecast, so we're going to have a look and see if the race is going to be wet or not. But great driving by the lads. And we're going to have a little bit of a break before they get going for the main race. Good driving there, Martin. Hopefully we get to have a little chat with him and we see how it goes from there. Until then, we wait to see you guys on the racetrack. Hello, Martin.
How are you?
Well, and you, my brother?
Good on you.
That was such a nice little lap there. I saw you opened up with a heck of a nice little banker, and you decided to just sit in the pits and wait for somebody to beat your banker, never mind your top. How did that go, man? You had a great drive there.
Yeah, it went well. I mean, we are battling, so I did a banker, you're right, and then I'm just waiting to see if somebody can take it off.
Yeah, and you actually kept it very clean on the first one, but your last lap that you did, I think you just went and had fun on the track. You pretty much knew you were safe there, but you had a
Yeah,
absolute beauty of a lap there too. Everything was as clean as possible. Not many mistakes around that one.
yeah, not many mistakes. The car feels great, and yeah, we're gonna hope we can take it tonight.
So tell me what, if you want to give this information out for those who are maybe listening, what's your strat tonight?
Uh,
Or you're not going to give
no,
away that secret?
no, not now.
Not-
I think we're gonna keep it a surprise for tonight.
Yeah, I noticed you also had a. I think you're not running. You're running a little bit more downforce than you normally do on this track, don't you? So you're getting about 316 on the back top. You know, the back straight. Is that? Are you happy with that setup? Are you getting good grip in that around the faster turns?
Yeah, I get a bit more grippy on the S section. My top speed is not too bad, but we went for more grippier setup this time than
Uh,
the normal.
It makes total sense as well, considering you've only got the one long straight at the back there that you could use a little bit of less downforce, but the rest of the track's very windy, turny. You need that front end and the back end.
Yes. So yeah, we went for a grippy setup. So yeah, let's see how it works out.
Hey, Mr. Martin De Bruin, I wish you luck for your race. Good luck with it. Keep it. You're going to be fine, but try and keep the pace, right? So the boys can be with you. Don't go and say goodbye to them after lap 5, right?
No, I'll try not to do it.
Have a good race, Martin. Well done on
All
your
right.
qualies there.
Cheers, eh.
Ciao, bro.
Bye bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Martin. That's your P1 qualifier, getting ready for their race that's going to be probably starting in the next 2-3 minutes. So we know that they have a little bit of a break before they get going. We can see the crowd is so excited about this one. They're all computerized, but they're still excited. So we'll see what's going to happen with the race, and that's probably going to start within the next 3 minutes. So we'll catch you guys right now after this. Right, so there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's a beautiful intro song of the F1. I love that thing. Keep on playing it. Yeah, we got 24 seconds, 23 seconds to the live race. We're going to have a look, see what these drivers are going to do for us. We know that this is quite a demanding track. Got to make sure you pick your braking points right. There's a lot of straights that demand you to brake at the right place. Then you've got that sweeping S section that's going to absolutely keep you on your toes. Make sure you get those right, otherwise that's the end of the race for you too. And never mind sectors 3. That's a good slow turning sector. Here we go, we've got formation lap happening. We'll let these boys warm up their tyres. So there's your grid for the day. Martin de Bruin, P1, Peter Nel, P2. The Doctor coming in with that wonderful lap off. He gave himself P3 and a really good opportunity here. Rhino, you are next, brother, on P4. Big Rhino Scout. 5th place, Joshua Knott. 6th, Pierre, 40-34, and then Kart 7 coming in at 7th place. There's the general pit strat. Should be medium hards. I know the lads love running hard mediums rather. And we'll see what their selections of tyres are going to be. I need to get that up on the screen for us in the meantime. Let us just have a quick look at what is the tyres that they've chosen. Hard, medium, medium. So the back runners obviously trying to make up some time in the first little stint that they've got. And the Doc there, I think the Doc wants to put some pressure onto P1 and P2. Hopefully they make a little mistake too. But the hard medium is definitely the better strat to go for you at USA. So we'll see which one is going to work out for the best of tonight. Let's have a quick look here at... We don't need stops. We'll have a look at the position changes. That'll keep us going with what the guys are going to be doing. I need to quickly hop out and make sure the live thing's going so that people can chat to me if they want to. And there it is. It's running. So there we are, boys. I don't know what the lag was all about. I'm not too sure what was going on there. It's the screen or the sound is faster than the screen, and it's just a weird thing. So once all of these little niggles get sorted out, luckily this is the last one for the season. We've only done this for 3 streams. But by then I'm pretty sure we're going to have all of this waxed and we're going to have a beautiful commentary as well as races going on. So let us get into this right now. We can see them busy warming up their tyres. We got Martin P1, Peter P2. See, Martin's pulling away a little bit at the moment with formation. Might be trying to get a bit more heat into those tyres by driving slightly faster than everybody else. But we'll see. The back runners still bringing up the end there. Pierre and Kart, 6th and 7th place. You can see them now on the map. But luckily they're on 20 drivers, so you won't be waiting on the start-finish line too long. Does everybody get a good parking though? Because that's so crucial for your start too. Peter, unfortunately for him, just missed the line. That would have been a beautiful setup for him. So we're going to go into broadcast mode here. I'd like to get into a proper broadcast mode first there. There we go. That's P3. I think this is going to look absolutely brilliant. What do we do? There's P3 there. I'm so tempted to actually sit in the cockpit with one of these boys on the start so we can see what they do. We got red light starting. 4, 5, waiting for green. And it's green, everybody. Let's go, go, go. RRL. Live Racing Division 2. Finale here at the USA racetrack. Everybody keeping their place at the moment. Late break in there, but there by Big Rhino. Got knocked a little bit from the back. Not sure who's hit him. We can see the Doc. There we go, that's Pierre then also coming in from the back. I think they were a little bit hard on each other, but he has a great little battle happening at the moment with Peter Nell and the Doc. Just gave each other some room there. Martin clearly just running away at the moment, simply because these guys are having such a good battle. We've got a yellow. Unfortunately there, that was Pierre, had a bit of a spin, just lost the position giving Kart P6. But we still have the Doc sitting tight here on Peter Nell's bum, trying to make a move already early. But look at that, saving the ERS, still on 100% ERS battery life. Ooh, slightly late on that one, Doc, but you're going to make it back. Keep your head down. Big Rhino chasing down in 4th place. Kart just did another move there. He just pulled Joshua Knott. Josh must have had an unfortunate turn there. Great move there by Kart, bringing himself from 7th all the way up to P5 at the moment. That's really good driving. Let's have a look. See, Kart is still chasing the pack. He's going for Rhino. 1.5 seconds is the gap at the moment, but I'm pretty sure he's going to close that up in the next few laps. You see there now, 1.4. But we still have Peter now 1.5 seconds away from Martin. You want to try and close that gap to within 1 second so you can have the benefit of the DRS flap opening up. And the Doc might just be thinking about that, trying to keep that gap with Peter Nell. Bearing in mind the Doc is on medium, so he should have a little bit better grip at the moment for the next lap or two. They should get warmer sooner and he should have a good chance at that. Martin Wood set a 1:40.5, that's an opening lap. so it's always a faster lap is an opener. I'm not too sure why the lag is so bad, everybody, but I can see on the live screen that it's extremely far back from where I am at the moment. But unfortunately, we'll just have to bear with it. It should still be, at the end of the day, a video for everybody to look at, so we'll see how it goes. We'll just keep our eye on these drivers at the moment. See, Kart just lost his position back to Josh. So Josh has obviously pulled a really good move there, somebody, and brought it back against Kart. Nice little drive there by Josh, trying to keep it as clean as possible too. You can see the doctor now, 0.9. 1 second behind Peter, so he's still keeping himself in the mix, as well as Peter sticking on Martin over there. These top three guys are really having a good drive. A little bit of a yellow sector. I think Pierre might have had a slight little spin. But we're going to keep our eye on Josh at the moment, because he's trying to work his way back against Big Rhino. The doctor has just taken Peter now. I missed that totally. I think Peter must have had a bit of a spin. My apologies, everybody. But Peter just lost his position to P2 to the doc. And the doc now wants to go and chase that. Oh, slightly wide there by the doc, giving Peter a chance to come back at him. And you know, we're going to have our DRS activation happening soon. So the guys want to make sure they stay within a second of the next driver. Not too sure what happened to Peter there, but unfortunately for him, he lost a bit of positioning. Oh, and the doctor absolutely binned it. He's just gone and spun it right around the second last turn. Oh, almost taking out Josh there. He's gone to the pits, the doc. He's got to get himself a wing or two. And I see Kart has just passed the doc now as well. Unlucky there by the doc with that spin. DRS is now enabled this lap, everybody. You can see that happening. But what an unfortunate spin there for the doc in P2, losing all those places, down 4 positions now from his starting grid. Unlucky there, Doctor Who. But sir, it's a long race. You keep your head down. We've still got, what, 26 laps left, 25 laps left. You keep your head down and you get those positions back. Keeping an eye on Kart, is only a second away from Josh. Made up 2 places. Started in 7th. At the moment sitting in P5, nice and comfortable. Martin, 3.9 seconds ahead of the lads. Having a nice clean little drive, making sure he's not going to make any errors. I think what we'll do is let's see Martin finish this lap off, and we can kind of have a look at, just he's not using any battery, he's saving that up for in case something goes wrong. He's always got a backup to use that extra battery power to gain some time again. But you can look at that, he's just having an absolute clean drive, making sure it's perfect on the lines. Throttle is great. Braking is great. Keeping it as clean as you can. Nice drive by Martin. I think he keeps this type of rhythm up. He's surely going to run away with this race. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, should he win this one, he will be your Division 2 champion. There you go, Martin's 4/10 slower than his last lap, but I think he's literally just biding his time, looking after the tyres, making sure everything runs as smooth as possible. You don't want to have an engine blowout and you're out of this race. There's Joshua. He's now coming up to a second behind Rhino. I think these two are going to have a real good little battle coming up soon. There we go. We'll keep our eye on this. I think this is something to witness. Let's just have a look, see if we can get Josh to make up some time on Big Rhino. I want to just take a couple of these things off of the screen. You can see it a little bit better, but there you go. You need to keep it as smooth as possible there, Josh. You want to try and see if you can get closer to him on the next DRS straight. There's your detection. And it was within a second, so you should have a wing open here now. There we go. DRS activation done. Now you can just see how that time should tumble, should you have the right setup. Absolutely brought it down to 5/10. 4/10, made up loads of time down that straight. Really good driving there by you. And I'm saying Big Rhino, but it's Josh. Really good driving there, Josh. You keep that up, and I see you losing a little bit of time in the slower sectors, and that could be because of the downforce issue. I think Rhino's got a really nice downforce on his car. Peter Nell now 1.4 seconds behind Martin. I'm not sure what happened there, that Martin lost so much time. I can see Martin putting some ERS down. Did he have a slight spin that I missed? It's very possible because he's made up loads amount of time there, Martin. This is exactly what it's about, guys. You can make one little error and the next guy's back in the mix. Less than a second now behind Martin, making sure he's keeping the pressure on him. I wonder if something's not wrong with Martin's car. He's losing so much time. I think he's lost his front wing. It looks like he's lost the front wing. He's put himself under so much pressure now with Peter now. And this could be a really good battle coming down this long back straight here at USA. Peter keeping it clean. Look at this. He's going to definitely be making a move on him now. I'm pretty sure of it. Depending on how late Martin breaks. But you've got such a long straight here. Taken the inside line. Martin trying to keep him on the inside. I don't see anything wrong with that wing though. Oh, they almost collide with one another. Martin's still going on the outside. But there's definitely something wrong with Martin's car. You clearly see it there. Look at that right-hander. He just has no grip. No downforce at all. Martin managing it, but he's staying out. Very interested to see what's wrong there. Peter, you're looking on the inside. No, he's waiting. He's waiting. He's not going to lose a wing here. He knows if he buys his time here. Martin just swerved to the right there. I think he lost a little bit of traction. I think he's got a car problem. He's got no front downforce. We'll see it in the S's. Absolutely, they struggled to keep the car down. Martin now playing, I think it's because he disconnected. Oh my goodness, he totally missed that. He's disconnected and he was riding at 45% AI levels. Martin's coming back into the game now though. And I think he's going to be surprised to find that he's still not taken yet, but he's lost so much time. Oh, and beautiful, absolute beautiful exit there by Peter. Easily passing Martin now. He's going to want to close him off. Oh, and he does so. Martin should be coming back in very soon on this car. He's not going to be happy to see Peter in front of him now. Peter's going to try and make a gap while he can and break that 1 second DRS detection and give himself a chance here. There he goes, already 1.2 ahead. 1.4. Absolutely brilliant drive there by Peter, coming back into the mixture, putting himself into P1, followed by Martin in P2 now. Just over 2 seconds behind Peter. Not too sure what's happened there. He's lost a lot of ERS because we know how the AI loves to burn your ERS on these tracks. Big Rhino, he's currently running in P3, 4 seconds behind Martin. And he's got Josh following him at 4.2. But unlucky there for Josh. I know he was trying to battle with him a little bit earlier. Something must have happened to put Josh there as well. But now we've got the likes of the Doc. He's put on a set of hards. I think he's just going to try and close that gap as much as he can because everybody else still needs to fit. And I say that, but I think it's only him. Cart, if I'm not mistaken, was the other pit stop. Let's have a quick look here. There's your stops. Nobody. I thought there was another car in the pits. There was not. So it's only the Doc that's gone and put himself into the mix. I see the lag has kind of sorted itself out as well on the screen, so hopefully that's going to be a little bit better for us. All of a sudden Martin is 4 seconds behind Peter now, losing huge amounts of time because of that AI. Oh, Martin losing the back end. Lost the front wing. We were on board with that. That was so unlucky. He's going to have to jump into the pits now and put his head down, try and make up positions. Unlucky there by Martin with that spin. This is exactly what we're saying about, ladies and gentlemen. Anything can change in a race. You've got to just keep your head down and keep going. That was so unfortunate. We saw that first hand, though. But wow, that was... Look, that front wing is absolutely demolished. You need a new nose cone on that one. He's putting on a set of mediums, getting himself out there again to try and put himself back in the mix here. Unlucky there by you, Martin. But Peter, now he's absolutely smiling all the way to the bank now. Going, I'm 10 seconds ahead. He knows that he's made a little bit of time on him. This is going to be an absolute crazy ending to this race, I'm pretty sure. We're only on lap 8 of 28. So I'm pretty sure this is going to get super, super interesting. Got something happening there with Cart. I see Cart is making a little move on Pierre, putting him on the inside, almost touching him one side. Pierre went very wide on that turn, but Cart sticks the move, gets himself into P4. Remember, he started at P7, so he's done himself real justice with the way he's come up in this race. Really good driving there, Cart. You keep that up, brother. Pierre, I think, is just slightly out of his range for the DRS. Big Rhino 3-second penalty, using too much of the track there, Big Rhino. It eventually does catch up to someone. Let's have a look at Pierre. Pierre's still sticking. This is a nice little battle going on right here at the moment for P4. But Pierre wants to come right back at Cart at the moment. 6/10, 5/10 off of him. There you go, braking slightly later. Trying to make this turn. You don't throttle too soon. Well done, Pierre. Stick on the backside of that car. Get some slipstream. Watch out for the dirty air around this corner, though. And wait for that DRS detection zone. You might be able to pull a move there. You guys can see Martin losing all those positions down to 6th place. 8.9 seconds. No, don't pull a move now. It's not ready. He's waiting for the DRS detection line. He did not get it. I think that was Cart trying to get a bit of a DRS detection zone. Look at his speed. Absolutely brilliant speed there. Oh, they touch one another. They do have a little bit of a niggle. Cart saying, thank you, I'll hit you from the inside out. Pierre not having that. He's coming back at it now. Cart has just got an absolutely great top speed. I would actually like to see what it is on the next straight. So what I'm going to do is stick with Cart over here for a second. So when he gets to that next straight, I'd like to see what is he doing. But look at the time that Martin has just made up on P6. From P6. He's made up almost 4.5 seconds in just over a lap. That's fantastic driving. He wants to get back in the mix. But this is what I wanted to look at. Let's have a look at what is the top speed of Cart at the moment. Because he had really good straight line speed. Because even though Pierre's wing was open, that's about right. 300, 304. That's pretty right. I think Pierre might just have so much downforce that it didn't benefit him at all, having the wing open. We'll have to wait and see. But he's sticking with him, Pierre. Oh, slight back end over there. But he got away with it. But Martin coming right up now behind Pierre. He's wanting to bring himself back into the mix over here. Quickly made up ground. Only 1.9 seconds behind Pierre. I think Pierre's starting to feel the pressure from Martin now too. Unfortunately for Pierre, not in the detection zone anymore. And Martin is, look at that time, 138.1. Definitely trying to pull a move. You can see him coming up the back now. Waiting for the right moment. But he wants to strike very soon. Takes the inside line. Tries to have him on the S's. He does. Slightly goes over the lines, but he had him on the S's. Closed off the move. Gone slightly wide again. Oh, unfortunately, sector 2. That was Martin there, sector 1, sorry, a little bit wide on that and totally lost all the time he just gained, but still only 3/10 behind Pierre. Definitely trying to have him. You're going to see he's going to have his DRS now on the next straight, and that'll be the good place to try and take him. There you go, he had a really good exit, opening up that wing, you can see now. There he goes. As easy as that. down a DRS straight. Nice move there by Martin, bringing himself back to P5 after that unfortunate spin, losing the front wing. I'm just thinking though that because he's on the mediums, he will probably not be able to take those mediums to the end. So I do think he's going to need to do another pit stop for softs. But you don't want to run softs too early here on this track. It is an absolute eater of a soft tyre. Wonderful, Martin's busy having the next one too. You can see the battle going on there, takes him on the inside. Keeps it as clean as possible, but he has caught and takes P4, open wings. You can look at that now, you can see how that straight line speed is so different. Once again, it reminds me to go back to Pierre. I think his downforce is just so good, that's why he's so good and fast with the S's, but his top speed is actually hurting him at the moment. 9 seconds behind Josh. Let's have a look. What is the interval to the leader? So he's 31.3 behind Peter Nell. Peter Nell's still to pit though. But bearing in mind, I don't think these mediums will go to the end. So if Peter does pit on his normal time, he might just have a really good run to the end of this race. You do have Big Rhino 12 seconds behind him, then 23 seconds behind. And I just saw the replay of Kart. That was an absolute close one between those two lads. And there we have it. They're spreading out slightly now, but Martin will be making up time over the next few laps. So we'll just leave it on the interval for now. But you can see Martin already gaining on Josh and trying to pull a move there. He's only 2/10 slower than his previous lap. He's pretty much trying to keep his lap times in bay as well. But look at the 3-second, 4-second gap is pulled on Kart already. The Doctor's still 15 right at the back. Not sure if he's pitted again. There you can see, Martin can just see Josh at the moment. You can see they're just barely seeing one another. Joshua knows Martin's coming and he's got to try and push this as hard as he can. But Josh might still need to go to pits, and if he does a good pit stop here, thinking if Martin still has to pit again, he could be in the pound seats here. But there we go, Piers having a look as well at Kart. They back in the mix with one another, having a rifle battle this whole race so far. Nice to see it, lads, keep it up. Martin only 2.4 behind Joshua at the moment, trying to get into that DRS zone so he can pull a move and put himself back onto the podium in P3. I'm going to go straight back to Martin now. You can see he's only a second away. Didn't get DRS yet, but he will get it on the start-finish line. I'm pretty sure he's going to close up the gap to there. So let's have a look, see what does he do. Or does he try and have him even before the start-finish line? He's flying through this track. There you can see it right now. Unfortunately, just pushing. He's just pushing Josh off the track. I think that'll be a penalty coming up for that type of driving. No need to just push the guys through and off the track. And Josh has gone into the pits, I see. Not too sure. He didn't go into the pits, it went right through the wall. That wasn't good at all. And there goes Kart. Not too sure what happened at all there to Josh. He went into the pits, he drove through the wall. Guys, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. That is crazy weird. I wonder if Martin didn't see Joshua there. Because if Josh is driven right through a wall, is there a chance that there was so much lag that he wasn't even on Martin's screen? It is possible, guys. I know that people get so frustrated with one another because they're bumping each other on track, but they're not really, because the other chap didn't even have him on screen. And that could be from the desync. If Martin had left the lobby as the host previously, it could be from that already that it desynced there. We'll have to have a look at this afterwards. That's so unfortunate. See, Josh is driving again. He's going for it. But he's got hards on now. That's so weird. This is so weird. I think when the guys see this stream back, they're going to have a good couple of laughs at the last race. That is so strange. I'm so confused. Let's have a look at Peter. Let's do a lap with Peter. He's still on the hards. Lap 14. Keeping it nice and clean through the S's. Making sure he keeps that time gap between him and Big Rhino. Peter knows that Martin still needs to go through Big Rhino to even get to P2. And he's 7 seconds behind Rhino. However, they both need to pit. So, meaning Martin might still need to pit for another set of softs. And Peter's going to pit for mediums. And still have a bit of a gap then on Martin. There's a real good chance that Peter actually takes P1 here if he keeps it clean. See, Kart just dove into the pit stop there at the moment, so we know that he's just going to set up a new set of tyres. Bringing the Doc up to P5 after that pit stop. But absolute strange things happening on the stream we saw there. Unreal that a car on my screen just drove right through the pit wall. Big Rhino, he's also trying to close that gap, but he's losing quite a bit of time on Peter at the moment. He's down to 18.5 seconds. Martin are only 4.9 behind Big Rhino. I think Martin's really going to have to set his eyes on P1 here and chase down Peter. But he has put himself in with a little task there. Peter's keeping it really good and clean at the moment. There's 4.6 behind Big Rhino. Big Rhino does have that penalty though, the 3-second penalties. So does Josh. The Doc's trying to close the gap on Josh by 3 seconds and he could take P4 from him. Unbelievable driving here at the moment. If I look back at what I saw, I really don't think Martin saw Josh here. It literally looked like he was just riding him off track. I don't think he was on Martin's screen. We'll definitely get a replay of that one later. And the verdict from the guys. But there you can see it now. Martin only 3.2. Another 2 seconds. Kart, he says his internet's not working and I don't have any invite to try and join, and Robin sent him a few times and they just are no longer appearing. I'm going to quickly do this, lads. I need to see if I can get the guys back in for a second. Let me see if I can quickly invite Kart back into the race. At least let him enjoy his last little drive here for the season. I don't see it there. That's Ray. I don't know if that Ray one is correct. But let me just have a look here at Kart. Do I have Kart anywhere on the list? No, I've got Big Rhino. I don't have Karts on my list. So even for me to try and bring him back in, it's not going to work. Let's just have a quick look if he's not right at the bottom. No, I'm not seeing anything here, ladies and gentlemen. That's unfortunately Karts. Karts, I'm really sorry I can't bring you back in, brother. I'm trying, but I don't have you on my list. I wonder if you are on Steam. I'll quickly do a Steam overlay and see if I pick you up on Steam. And if that works, then happy days. I don't see it there either. That is so unfortunate. Pierre with a 3-second penalty. Karts, I'm not picking you up anywhere on the Steam or anywhere, my brother. I'm so sorry about that. And I don't want to constantly run on the background there because we do lose the actual race and the stream that's going on. And I think I missed the little overtake there by Martin on Big Rhino as well already. So sorry about that, bro. The Doctor now within 3.8 seconds of Josh. He's trying to make up that time. He's really having a good back-end drive over here at the moment. We're way over. We're just slightly over the halfway mark at the moment. Martin 25 seconds behind Peter. If Peter gets this right and pits at the right time, he might just have a P1, as long as he keeps it clean all the way. Peter's just doing a pit stop right now. Let's see how good his pit crew is. Are they going to get him out on the right time? Very interested to see when he comes out with Martin. And they're both going to be on mediums, but no, Peter's mediums are very fresh at the moment. Peter's out. He's definitely keeping the P1. Martin coming around the first turn now only. He should be able to see him up ahead. But let's see, does he? He does. Just spots him taking the turn right now. There you go. There's Peter in the front. 7.1 seconds ahead. He's got a warm 5.8. That dropped very quickly. But Peter has to manage his tire just for a little bit now to warm them up. And then give himself a really good chance. Happy days. No worries there, Karts. Thanks for racing as always, bro. It's always nice having you on board. But Tuesday's going to be a beauty, I think. So yeah, can't wait to see you on Tuesday, brother. This is getting interesting now. I'm waiting to see if Martin is going to catch up to Peter. Peter's trying to warm up those tyres and keep that gap as best he can. A 49% battery. Let's have a look at Martin sitting on 32%, but the Doc has absolutely closed the gap there to Joshua, not brought it within 2 seconds. Really good driver. We've got Pierre though. He's right behind Cart, and unfortunately we know the Cart's on AI. So that's an unfortunate one for Cart. He would have done really well in this race had that unfortunate internet connection not dropped him there. But we're going to keep our eye going on over here with the Doc at the moment. The Doc is so close to Josh within a second. I don't think he got the DRS detection zone, so he's not going to have any wings opening this lap. But he sure as heck is making up time on Josh. I think Josh is starting to feel a bit of pressure there from the Doc. Wonderful, beautiful Red Bull car coming through that turn. I'm a big Red Bull fan. You guys can obviously hear it every time I commentate. Wonderful car. They're big. I'm actually a big Perez fan, and waiting to see what goes down between him and Max this season. That's going to be interesting too. But the big one everybody's waiting for, the one I wait for every year, Monaco, ladies and gentlemen, next weekend. It's going to be something to witness. And we can't write off the likes of people like Fernando Alonso in that Aston Martin of theirs with so much speed. But you can see the Doc just diving into the pits now. I wonder if he wants to get rid of those hards, give himself a bit of a better chance. I'm quite surprised to see Peter now keeping that 5-second gap on Martin at the moment, which tells me that he's started to get those tyres to warm up and really giving himself a chance here. See, these are the moments you miss of people like Safa on your streams. He likes to fill up those gaps that I don't say anything. And it's tough talking all the way, so this is just the way we roll for tonight. But sorry about all the extra little niggles and giggles, guys, that happened with the actual stream and that. It's a bit of a mess in that term. I don't know what's going on with the lag on the screen from my side. However, I need to do these things so these boys can still have a good race for the last stream. So we'll see how that pans up. But still 5.2 seconds at the moment. That is the difference between Peter Nell and Martin de Bruin. Very nice drive by Peter. It's exactly as we suspected. Martin had to go and put on another set. He's gone for the mediums. He's gone for the medium, so he's trying to make up that whole gap now over the next 9 laps. Totally doable if he puts the pedal down. How far ahead did he come out though? He's quite far ahead of Josh, so I think that won't be too much of a concern for him. But he's definitely going to try and chase him down now for the last 9 laps. Let's see what gap he's going to close. Peter having a sterling drive here at the moment and could just earn himself a P1 should he keep this clean all the way to the end. 24 seconds ahead of Martin. It's a lot of time to make up in 9 laps. I'm very interested to see if he's going to do it though. it does look to me like there's a good chance we're going to have Joshua Knott as one of our drivers that gets interviewed this evening, should he finish on P3. But currently where it stands, you're looking at Peter Nel P1, Martin P2, Josh P3 and Big Rhino P4. Cart P5 still with that AI still running in the background, still making up that little gap. Starting P7, so still a good drive that he had over there. Then the Doc P6 and Pierre just coming into the pits as well. And he's in P7. Lovely shot here from the front wing. Just have a look at this curb. Does he kiss it? Slightly missed that. But beautiful view from there. That front wing of his has a beautiful camera on it. Peter, 23-second gap at the moment to Martin. I don't see Martin gaining enough on him to close this off within 8 laps. And then the same happening there with Josh and Big Rhino. You can see the gap there between those two boys. They currently sitting at the 8-second gap. And they both have penalties. If Kart AI can bring him back within 3 seconds to Big Rhino, he could still have that position. You can see the Doc now. He's chasing down Kart's AI as well at the moment. Well, what can we say, ladies and gentlemen? Not much of a much happening right now. If the guys drive like this is kind of going to be your end of the race positioning. We've got a 22-second gap to Peter, 26-second gap to Martin, 7-second to Josh. I think P1 to 3 could be settled should they keep the cars all good all the way. There you can see it right now. Ultimately only a 1.2 seconds loss on that lap there. Let's have a look at 138.9 by Peter. Martin coming to finish his lap off now. 138.9 by Peter. I want to see what the time difference is between these two drivers. It'll kind of give us an indication of what gap they're doing. .9 and a 137.4. So there's a second and 1.5 seconds, let's say, between the two drivers, but there's only 7 laps left, and that's not going to cut it for Martin. 2 seconds on 7 laps is 14. He's still going to be away from him, so that's going to be really interesting. Unlucky with that spin of Martin's. I think that's probably what cost the race to him, but anything could happen. We just hope, Martin hopes that Peter has a spin, and everybody else is hoping that Peter keeps it clean, so he can have his P1 victory here tonight. The Doctor, I can see, is busy having a go there on Kart. So close to Kart's tail at the moment. Opening up that wing and going to have him down the straight. Should be an absolute easy pass for him. There you go, you can see it's such an easy pass on the inside, only 45% on the AI, so not much of a challenge. But AI do like battling, as you can see there. They love closing the gate. Nice move there by the Doc, takes him up to P5. Really good drive there by him, considering I think he's had 3 pit stops already. And if he has, that's really good going. He's had 2 pit stops. Position changes. Let's have a look at that. Peter Nel up 1. He started in P2 on qualies. Martin down 1 because of that spin, unfortunately. Joshua not up 4 places onto the podium, coming from 5th place. Big Rhino, he's exactly where he started in P4, so he could close off his actual qualifying grid position. Followed then by the Doctor that lost 2 positions. 137.1 by Martin. He's really putting down the sticks now to try and close that gap. I think he's realizing he might just be losing a little bit of time here, or running out of time rather, knowing that these laps are so, so little laps left. So it's going to be interesting to see what Martin pulls off over here. I'm going to leave those. I want to take them off. I don't want the grid changes on there. We still keep the intervals. There's a bit of penalties. We'll keep the intervals on so everybody can see that. But I'm really interested at the moment to see how much time Martin does make back on Peter by the end of this race. He's really sending it full gas, trying to make use of every lap at the moment. If you look at those lap times he's putting in. Having a clean drive is Peter, though. Peter's making sure he keeps it as solid as possible. He wants that P1 position tonight. He's currently 57 thousandths of a second faster than his best lap, or his previous lap. So he's also keeping his lap times very tight, making sure he doesn't make errors. And that's exactly what you want to do. Consistency is key in this game. Peter now 126, 127. I want to have a look, see what is his delta difference by the end of this lap. See if he's putting in the same lap times all the time. Remembering he's got 62% battery life. Really looked after that very well. There you can see it's only 2/10 slower than his previous lap. A little bit slower in sector 3. I think he lost a bit of time there. But not enough time that he lost so that Martin can have a look at him later. I think the distance that Martin put himself from P1 is just out of reach at the moment. But we are having a look at the moment at Big Rhino. Big Rhino is 1.8 seconds behind Joshua. I think he might want to have a little go at Joshua soon. He's got 49% battery life left. Joshua's sitting with 100%. He knows he can defend that if he's got the likes of Big Rhino coming at him. So that's very clever by Josh to keep enough battery life in his tank for it. But Big Rhino making up huge amounts of time on Josh at the moment. This is going to be very interesting, guys, to see what does Big Rhino do. Does he get himself into the podium position and kick Joshua out of the running for an interview at the end as P3? This is great driving here by Big Rhino. Brake a bit late. It held him a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see him on screen because he's driving as if he's not there. I wonder if that's not the lag issue, everybody. That is so crazy. That's the second time we've seen that. I don't think that's deliberate. I just don't think you can see the car. There you can see it again. They can't see the car. I'm very sure of it. That is so sad. You can see the spiking and lagging happening there as we speak. Oh, almost losing the back end. Josh just biding his time, not sure what's going on, waiting for him just to totally lose control of the car. But there's definitely spikes in terms of the connection with everybody. We know Big Rhino and he's not a dirty driver, so there's no way he would have done that on purpose. I really just don't think he saw him there. And that applied to Martin as well. We noticed Martin had the same problem, did the same thing. So I think there was a really bad lag. That's okay. We're going to keep our eye on this. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's making up huge amounts of time here down the straight. You might have a look on the inside. Oh, no, he pulled out right at the end, decided against it. As you can see, Martin can see, Joshua can see Big Rhino clearly on the screen. So I don't know if it's the opposite way only that they're not seeing one another. See now the gap between Martin and Peter now 16.1. Martin definitely brought time back, but like I said, he might just be running out of laps. The only thing he can hope for is a big oversteer by Peter Nell, maybe losing the back end somewhere, but I doubt that happening. Peter Nell's been driving such a solid race, keeping it clean all the way. I don't see this guy at fault yet tonight. He might just put himself into P1 and, well, just be putting himself onto podium 1 at the end of the race here. It's going to be a great one to hear what the drivers have to say about that. You can see the gap between Martin now and Big Rhino, 50 seconds, almost a minute. Sector 2, we have a spin. I need to try and find out who was that. It was not Martin, was it? It was Martin. He's just had a slipper. He was 16 seconds, gone back to 22. Peter Nell breathing a sigh of relief with that move. Unlucky there for you, Martin. Maybe got a little bit too happy on the trigger, but Joshua, he's coming back a Big Rhino now. Look at this. Joshua's thinking, I'm going to maybe have him on the straight. Did he get the wing? He's got the wing. Interested to see how much time he closes on him on the straight, though. The doctor's sitting right there, 3.8 seconds behind the both of them. They got seconds penalty, so the doctor could jump the both of them. My goodness, if the doctor gets within 3 seconds before the end of this race, he could take P3 and sit on the podium, everybody. This is crazy good driving at the moment. I can't see much happening with Peter Nell and Martin at the moment unless Peter has a really big slip up, which I highly doubt. Like I said earlier, he's driving a good clean race tonight. Unluckily there for Martin, he's had 2 spin outs, still keeping himself in P2 though. Pierre, another 3-second penalty for Pierre. He's right at the back, so he won't have any effect on that for the drivers now. But you can see the doctor's sitting at 2.3 seconds behind Josh. He's absolutely put himself into a position where he could come into P3. I need to have a look and see what is the actual penalty amounts. There you can see it, 3 seconds for both Big Rhino and Josh. And the Doc is currently within both of them. If he keeps this clean, he's just slingshotting himself from 5th place all the way to P3. This is going to be an exciting finish, everybody. We have to see who's going to get the last podium here. This is going to be great to watch. I'm going to leave that up there for a second. Doctor really making up time on Josh at the moment. Just out of the DRS detection zone. I don't think he got that 1 second, within 1 second gap from Josh there. And look at it now. See, the Doc's wing's definitely not open, so he didn't get that. But he's really closing up on him now. He's got only 1 second behind him, 1.8. So what is that? That's 3 seconds. He might be able to do this. He knows it. Big Rhino, 3 seconds again. He's got 6-second penalties. He's absolutely put a lot of pressure on himself now. I've got a strange suspicion if the Doc keeps this clean, he could very... Look at that. The Doc also didn't look like he could see Joshua there. And that's on my screen, lads. I'm not... There you can see it. There's no way the Doc will drive straight into somebody like that as well. You can't see him. Guys, there's a problem there. We will sort this out after the race. That's so unfortunate, though. Because clearly the Doc just drove right through the Josh there. Once again, I don't think they want screen. There's Josh at the moment. He's so unlucky there this evening. 7 seconds. But the Doctor, ladies and gentlemen, has pulled himself into the mix here to put himself on the podium. He might be in P3. Lap 26 of 28. We've got 3 to go. Doc absolutely having a run there at Big Rhino. I think he wants to pass him, never mind just taking it on the time second difference. Lap 27 of 28, it's 2 to go, my apologies. Hannes Peter now look up front there, interested to see, he's keeping it clean, still the 20-second gap. Man, 2 laps left for you, Peter. Done a sterling job here tonight. Unlucky for Martin with those 2 spins, otherwise he would have been in contention to win this. Shows you, everybody, how the game can change. 50 seconds still the gap between Big Rhino and Martin. But he's got that 6-second penalty and could unfortunately be losing his podium here. P3 could be going to the Doc. And the Doc knows it. I think he's trying to protect his timing. He's definitely not putting throttle down now to try and have him. Is he? 1.9. 2 seconds, 1.9. He's keeping that gap perfectly managed there at the moment. Only 19% left on the ERS though, and he's got 24, Big Rhino does, so he does have a little bit in the tank in terms of the battery to try and defend something, but it's not much of a defense if you've got 6-second penalty. That is unfortunately going to hurt you at the end of the race. You can see how the Doc's just making up time on the S section there as well. Red Bull Power chasing down that Aston Martin. Alpine coming to lap 28 of 28. This is so weird that according to this, he's on 28 out of 28. Last lap for Martin coming up here, 21 seconds behind Peter. I am interested to just see what's going to happen with the Doc, but I'm pretty sure he's managing his time there. So I think what we need to do, keep a good eye on Peter now, give him his due. Sterling drive he had over here. He did the one stop. No, we've got a yellow flag. Who's the yellow flag on? I see a yellow flag. I can't pick up who it was though. Blue flag markers, he's moving across his car to the AI. Once again, like I said to you before, the AI is so robust. Even under yellow flag is giving him a good old go. But we've got to give Peter his due, a stunning drive He did the one stop, kept it as clean as possible, and he reaped the rewards. Coming to a P1 victory, 21.4 seconds ahead of P2. Those 21 seconds comprising of an extra spin there by Martin, unfortunately, that put him in a little bit in the back foot, and he was always playing catch-up after that. We got a sector 1 yellow flag. I'm not too sure once again what that's about. We're keeping our eyes on Peter Nell, ladies and gentlemen. Div 2, your USA winner this evening, completing 28 out of 28 laps. Beautifully puts the hand in the air. Great drive there by Peter. Excellent win. You can see Martin coming around the long right-hander at the moment. The Doctor, however, guys, they're the ones you want to see go across the line. He's only 7/10 behind Rhino. Martin finishing in P2. Nice drive still there, Martin. Well done by you. Which you can see the Doc now. He's coming there behind Big Rhino. He knows he's less than a second behind him. I don't think he's going to drive too hard to try and take him before the start-finish. Oh, a bit of a lock-up there. The Doc got so excited on that turn. No more ERS left there for Big Rhino. He still wants to cross the line third. Unfortunately going to finish fourth. This is where the battle is at the moment, guys. Big Rhino, a little bit of a tail whip over there. He knows the Doctor's chasing him down. The Doc doesn't want to be too aggressive on this. You want to just keep it nice and clean. You know you got yourself a P3 there, Doc. Almost ran into the tail of Big Rhino. And there the Doc finishes off his lap. Big Rhino finishing in fourth place, over the line third. But great drive by the Doc, taking a P3. Great podium there, considering what happened to you, Doc, with those 2 early pit stops. Wonderful comeback drive. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your positioning for the race tonight, the RRL Division 2 final season race at USA. Driver 1, Peter Nell, great drive by him. Consistency of note, consistency won the race, there's no doubt about it. P2 for Martin, unfortunate spin for him in the beginning part of this race, but worked himself back all the way from the bottom of the grid, coming right back onto that podium in P2. And then you have yourself Doctor Who in P3. Stunning drive over there. I think it'll be only fitting to have a look and see what were the guys' position changes. You can see there the Doctor where he qualied, Big Rhino where he qualied. The big change that was there today was Peter Nell going up from P2 on qualies to P1. Great drive by everybody. We're surely going to have a chat to these lads now. Let's see when they get into the chat with us, and we'll take it from there. Ladies and gentlemen, driver of the day, Martin, absolutely after that spin, coming all the way from the back, but a great P2 finish considering this little unfortunate slip-ups that he had with the back ends letting go over the track. Martin, unlucky for you, but Peter Nell today is your P1 driver. Well done, Peter. Great win. We'll surely have a chat to these guys soon, guys, so stick around. And as soon as I've got them into the box, I will let you guys know what's happening. So you'll see a little bit of a pause menu, but that's what we're going to go with for now.
Oh, jeez.
And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that was your race. Who do we have in the mix here? Let's have a quick look before we shut all of this down. But I've got the Doctor, I've got Peter Nell, and I got Mr. Martin the Brain, your top 3, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to start with P3. Doctor Who. The 2 early pit stops you had there, I saw those, and you just kept your head down and went for it. You absolutely had a stunning drive towards the end there. How does that P3 feel?
Hey, the car really performed well, and I just tried to drive within myself. I realized I put myself in the hole there on lap 2, and got clipped. I clipped somebody, and I had to change my wing, so 30 seconds behind was kind of tough to come back from. But Martin did it.
Martin did it too, but I mean, you had an absolute stunner. I noticed though on the screens, and I don't know if you guys saw it too, but on my screens, you guys were struggling to see Josh. The people were driving as if Josh wasn't on the track, so I think there was a bit of a lag or a spike issue, but I'm pretty sure we'll pick that up later. But Doc, what a way to end your season here, a P3. You're on the podium. Are you keen to come back on the next one?
Hey, all about that.
Wonderful drive by you, Doctor. Congratulations on P3. From that, straight to P2. Let me get right into the mix there with Martin. He's the league owner, everybody, but he had a sterler of a drive. Unfortunate slip you had at the beginning there, Martin, that put you under pressure, knowing that Peter was going to come back at you there.
Yeah, Slippy on the exit, damaged wing, went into the pits, and yeah, did start fighting back, but yeah, it just had to get second place today.
Yeah, I think that the strat unfortunately didn't go your way because of that spin and the damaged wing. You had to get that set of mediums on really early, and you knew they weren't going to take you to the end.
Yeah, that was not the plan.
I noticed when you lost that front wing, I could see Peter making up the time. I thought something was wrong. I couldn't pick it up on screen. I did try and find it, but it looked like your car was okay, but you just had no downforce.
Yeah, I had no downforce at all.
But still a great drive by you, Martin. It was a stunning drive to see you come from the bottom of the pack and that extra pit stop that you had to contend with and pitch yourself into P2. Well done. As well as you are the season champion.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go straight to our P1 winner, Peter. I don't even have much questions for you. All I can say is congratulations. And what a drive, because everything to me you did right. It was your one-stop strategy, you kept it as clean as you could, maybe 1 or 2 wiggles, but nothing to concern yourself with.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I had a nice ride tonight. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. My first win on the podium. Actually, I came second or third once, but yeah, this feels very nice.
Is this your first P1,
Yes.
for RRL?
Yes.
Well, congratulations to you. That tells us that you're going to be a contender for the next season as well. And it comes to show, I think, that if you look at the drivers, consistency is key, because you kept it as clean as you could, as little problems as you could, and you got away with it. You had an easy drive at the end.
Yes, I did. I tried just consistency lap, and I tried just not to spin out this time, and luckily it went well. So unfortunately, Martin had disconnected, and I caught up with his AI, and then we came back into the. He was behind me and had that spin and broke his. I didn't even know he had damage, but yeah, and he fight back very well. And I almost went out of fuel. I started coasting 5 laps from the end. So yeah.
Oh, it was a stunning drive there by you, brother. Congratulations on your P1. Well done on your season as well. Good season for everybody. I think it's going to get better from here now that everything's starting to come together. And we look forward to what's going to happen with the next season. So well done to all of you guys. Congratulations on your drive. And we'll see most of you in Div 1 on Tuesday, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your interviews for the night, as well as Season 3 it is, of Div 2 complete. And we can't wait for the next one to start. I was your host, Clinton Cole. Until we see you guys next time, take care of yourself and make sure you put the pedal to the metal. Cheers, everybody.